Please, please, please give me some hope for the rest of this year. I need some hope, please, bro. Welcome back to the channel, Bojangles, and we're checking out. It's been a while since I've done a reaction to a list, and this is top 10 most anticipated new summer 2020 anime from ViniTube. And this one, we're taking a look at, of course, the anime coming out for the rest of this year, and hopefully there is something good that comes out this year, because we've had some straight trash so far this year. There have been a couple good ones. Was there any good ones this spring? I don't know. I really don't know. But for the most part, we've had straight trash this year. I'm not talking about winter 2020, because winter 2020 had Jujutsu Kaisen, had Attack on Titan. It had Mushoku Tensei. It had Reincarnated as a Slime. And all those are on break. So we need something. We need something. So I hope there's something good, man. My disappointment has been immeasurable so far with anime of 2021. So without further ado, let's get on with this list. Let's see what's in here, and let's hope there's something exciting coming soon. All right, without further ado, let's get it going. Let's go.
It's June now, and
oh shit, this is getting an anime?
Time for one of the last
the Suki thing.
Previews for the upcoming summer
shit. Yo, is this gonna be? Yo, this is the this is the year of the isekais. Literally, hold on, let me go back. This is an isekai. This is an isekai. There's probably even more isekais on here.
Coming summer 2021 season. We just had a
banger what the hell is that?
Everyone had their fill of crazy shows representing all kinds of genres. While we slowly bid the spring 2021 season goodbye, it's time to look to beyond the horizon of what's to come. What I'll do for today is to compile what I think are the top 10 most anticipated new anime this upcoming summer season. The examples are done on an anecdotal basis, but I feel that it does a decent job of representing what most people are looking forward to. Hey, if you're someone who's not too updated with the shows to come, maybe this is also your chance to pick up something that you might actually find interesting. But before we begin, let me introduce you to today's
I don't think that
Sculptor.
other
if the
one
name sounds familiar to you, it's because the game allows you to take part in the friends along the way. Now let's get on with the show.
Oh, is this battle in 5 seconds?
Death game or battle royale anime seems
battle
to
in
be
5
picking up
seconds.
steam now,
Yep.
isn't it? After quite the drought, we had both Gleipnir and Darwin's Game last year, which I both maintain to be rather underrated shows that you should
I haven't checked those out yet.
But for this summer season, we'll look to be seeing more in the form of battle in 5 seconds after meeting. Just like the previous instances, here we see our protagonist Akira to be one of the many lucky people who gets whisked out of their everyday life to be part of an experiment. Said experiment, of course, practically erases them from existence while granting them powers. Powers that include the ability to enhance one's own body to being able to affect reality itself. There's quite a wide range of...
It's actually kind of fire though, bro.
What do they do with it?
This is
trials.
Bro, this manga was pretty hard. It's pretty hard. I want to see how they animate this.
His intelligence, Akira looks to win this game and unravel the secret behind the sketchy organization responsible for these fights.
Okay, this is starting pretty interesting. This is starting pretty interesting. Okay, my hope's starting to go up a little bit.
Is back again with its new offering this season. Aquatope of White Sand tells the story of Gukuru, an 18-year-old girl who works at an aquarium, and her meeting with runaway idol Fuka. The two eventually get to know each other, but those days together look to be coming to an end due to a looming crisis. With the aquarium being in danger of closing down, the two look to get to know each other and share their dreams. Is it just me, or does this show remind you of A Lull in the Sea? Must be the watery aesthetics, I think. Based on the synopsis alone, though, I'm seeing something like a
the artwork looks looking pretty cool.
With each other in a bid to save the aquarium. In a way, I can also see something like Adachi and Shimamura from it. Either way, I think that
I doubt this is gonna be a romance. It's probably just two friends.
Expectations from it. It's
It'd
only
be
taken
nice
3
if
slots, but we now have our first isekai of the batch, Tsukimichi.
Oh, he looks. Oh, this is looking really plain. I don't know about this.
Summoned to another world as a brave warrior, Makoto Mitsumi's adventure doesn't start on the right foot. I mean, he's
all because he was
so
ugly
that the goddess of the world strips him of his title and banishes him to the wilderness. While
but he's overpowered as hell.
He has no
He's
shortage of power,
insanely overpowered.
He wastes no time in exhibiting in his lone journey. Standing against everything that fate throws at him, may it be monsters or the gods themselves, it's time for the forsaken adventurer to stand against fate and prove his worth. Now, I see a lot of people being so stoked with this finally getting an anime adaptation, and I can see exactly why. It's got a main
all right, here's the thing. Because of what Wrecker or Ragnarok did, I keep my observation skills now. I'm now enforcing myself to pay attention even more. And I want you guys to look at something real quick.
Stand against fate and prove his worth. Now, I see a lot of people
look at you saw that, right?
Being so stoked with this finally getting an anime.
It literally looks like a slideshow. It doesn't look like they're gonna show how these things are cut up. This story-wise it's okay. But if you fuck up the animation, you're just gonna make it way worse than it actually is. And based upon that, because of what Wrecker or Ragnarok did to me, I don't know about this one, bro. I don't know.
Adaptation, and I can see
like that look cool.
It's got a main character that's
like that look cool with what they did with the arrow, the effect that they did with the arrow. So like maybe there are certain fights that they don't go all out with the animation, and there are other parts where they do. Who knows?
Exactly why. It's got a main character that's way more overpowered than typical isekais, and it's got a lot of wild and crazy stuff that I'm sure isekais.
Those effects look dope.
This year's a really
good isekai. By the way, spoiler. Well, I'm not gonna say.
All of these heavy hitters like Mushoku Tensei and Spider coming out, and now you can add Tsukimichi to that list. In the number 7 slot is Remake Our Life.
Remake Our Life. Oh, that sounds like Re-Life. Is this Re-Life?
Every once in a while, we get a show like this that hits a bit too close to home. Hey, it does the job of being relatable, so it passes. Anyway, Remake Our Life tells the story of Kyoya, a game developer who's in his late 20s. Having lost his job and starting to regret his decisions, life throws him a bone as he wakes up and discovers that he's traveled 10 years back in time to when he entered college. So how will this second
another reincarnation?
If you enjoyed
time travel
like
type
new
thing.
Game, maybe this show can tickle your fancy due to its similar themes. Personally, what I can take away from this is that it reminds me of Real Life, but it's far more comedic in nature. What I'm liking more from this show, based on current expectations, is how it's set to be one of the relatively few anime that tackle college life and its intricacies. Comparatively speaking,
bro, that's facts though. That's facts though, because so many anime only focus on high school. And one of the things that always confused me is like, y'all companies do realize that you have a viewer base that's adults, right? And I can understand why they don't really focus on adults, because kids give the most money. Like adults, we're a lot more frugal with stuff. So if we don't like something, we won't buy it. But kids will love it. But like, you gotta focus on college life. Like, a lot of your viewers are college kids and college graduates, and it would be nice if they could watch something more relatable to the college life. So hey, make a college anime, and we got one.
To see college life being depicted in anime, and I think we'll get a rather decent representation of it in this anime. I'll be expecting a lot of laughs and some dilemmas that could be relatable for the older audiences.
Transfer to 2006. This dude's like 5-6 years older than me.
Number 6 on the list is Spirit Chronicles.
This is another isekai. It's okay.
What do you know? We have another Matsuoka harem coming up, and both VA fans and isekai fans are waiting for this. To be fair, this isekai seems to have a rather unique concept and execution. Instead of a guy dying
looks really generic. I ain't gonna cap.
You have a person dying and having his memories and mind fusing with someone else from the other world. Yep, it is a bit of a mouthful, but think of it along the lines of just his consciousness that gets isekai. So with that in mind, our protagonist's new host, a guy named Ryo, awakens to brand new powers. Maybe this is the power power that Ryo would need to help him take the next step away from the slums, enrolling in the Royal Academy after saving a princess. However, being an orphan,
this is one of the most generic bugging storylines ever, bro.
As Ryo would soon learn. Personally, me being a fan
The
of this
premise of it
genre and the light harem action shows, I'm definitely looking forward to this.
But I'm gonna still watch it.
Up my alley, and if you're up for another one of these shows, put this title into your watch list. The Isekai train just does not stop, and we run our way
Realist
to the
Hero,
5 title on the
another
list,
one.
How a realist hero rebuilt the kingdom.
I like this one.
Kazuya Soma finds himself in the plight of many anime heroes in the modern era, being transported into another world. There is one problem though. He's got nothing on these overpowered forces of destruction that call themselves underdog heroes.
Just
no. For Kazuya, his idea of heroism comes in a more subtle way. You see, instead of going on a quest to defeat some demon lord, his idea of making his contributions is to rebuild the fledgling economy of the country that he finds himself in. Apparently planted into a position of power, Kazuya must gather his forces, make some arrangements, and get his A game on in the whole wheeling and dealing thing with reforms to put the country back on its feet.
I mess with this series though, because this dude's smart as hell, bro. He's smart.
There are just so many things you can do.
Like, this is an isekai where I would recommend people watching, because this guy is a strategist. He's not a fighter.
Looking forward to seeing.
It's sort of like Release That Witch.
As we start breaching top 3 territory, we take our final pit stop with Sunny Boy.
Yo, this is some weird artwork.
Now, with a title like that, I really didn't know what to expect at first. It turns out that the title is a show about students drifting to another dimension where they awaken their supernatural abilities. With their powers, their fight for survival in this otherworldly dimension begins. It's survival in the sense that it's structured more like an escape story instead of a battle one. Talk about another cool isekai variant, The premise is pretty much similar to a manga called Drifting Classroom. However, for those who prefer a comparison with more modern anime titles, I'm seeing something like Charlotte as far as the superpowered students thing goes, or maybe Talentless Nana. That's not exactly the company to be in now, is it, right? Madhouse brings us this anime original on July 16th. The art looks gorgeous already, and I can't wait to see how the story's gonna go. Overall, I'm keeping my expectations relatively high for this one. Number 3 on our list is Peach Boy Riverside.
I have no idea what this is.
You remember the show which had 2 yandere-looking characters as the main ones, yeah? Well, it's coming this season, and you wouldn't expect something like that to have the title Peach Boy Riverside, now would you? From what we know of the show,
sword's got a peach on it.
Basically
What
an adventure
the
story
fuck?
featuring a princess and her savior against monsters known as Oni. It's the story of a fated meeting leading to a journey that will affect the fate of the world. Now, it sounds like a standard adventure story, but I assure you that it's not that simple. From what I know, it's a very enjoyable show that bridges a lot of genres. It looks to be a really badass show that has shades of Momotaro. Wait a second, I guess that's where the name comes from, yeah? Overall, Peach Boy Riverside looks like a show that will have no shortage of over-the-top action and a handful of fan service. Oh, and did you know that it's by the same person who did Dragon Maid? This one's gonna be good.
Huh?
Our second most awaited show this summer is The Detective is Already Dead. With a title that impactful, you have to wonder what the show's about. Turns out it's the story of Gimizuka, who's the assistant to one of the greatest detectives ever, Siesta. Or, well, used to be,
She died.
Siesta's been dead for a while now, and Gimizuka has resigned himself to trying to live life as an ordinary high schooler. That low-profile life will come crashing down when he stumbles upon a girl who bears an uncanny resemblance to Siesta. Only fate knows what it has in store for the duo as they have their reunion. From what I can see, this anime looks to be a good combination of mystery and action elements. The novels have also got stellar reviews, mostly praising the character work and the fun interactions, not to mention how genre-savvy the overall work is. Now, I've got my fingers crossed
Look at the animation,
that stuff will translate well into the anime format.
Hopefully. The case study of Vanitas.
Seems to have it all.
Oh, this is the one that I saw that looked fire with the animation.
Soundtrack by Yuki Kajura and a very interesting story about vampires, all with the ever-fitting backdrop of Europe in the industrialization era. This is where our story starts with young Noe going on a journey to find
looks hard.
Vanitas, a grimoire that will supposedly allow the legendary vampire Vanitas to one day take revenge on his demonic brethren. Turns out the story could be a bit mistold. After all, the Vanitas who Noe meets ends up being a completely normal human doctor. He does have a specialization in vampires, but the grimoire we knew about, it's being used to heal patients. Perhaps there are more layers behind this kind demeanor that we've yet to know about, and it's up to Noe to uncover those. Who doesn't love a good mystery?
This looks
one
good.
with a healthy blend of
The mystery looks dope too.
From a production perspective, few anime this summer can probably match Vanitas as it is now. This is probably also my pick for the big hit of the season, and I see this as something that could appeal to both male and female audiences as early as now. This is exactly why the case study of Vanitas.
This looks like Sirius the Jaeger, the Netflix show
of summer 2021.
Reminds me of Sirius.
Disappoint at all.
All right, man. Yeah, those were interesting, man. I ain't gonna cap. Like the Vanitas one looks really dope. The detective is already dead. Looks very interesting. Those two ones, yeah, I'm a little bit interested in those. Sunny Boys, I don't know about that one. I don't know. I might give it a shot. I mean, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to give those shows a shot and see what they're all about. I mean, what's the harm? What's the harm that can be done? All right, yeah, that was the list. Tell me what you guys are excited for. Tell me if there's something in here that wasn't said that might interest me. Cause yeah, it's not looking too good for anime right now. But yeah, this is Bojangle signing out. Y'all take it easy. Peace out.